Welcome in this video where I'm going to talk to you about how to overcome the blocks being on video, how to show up on video with confidence. Because today for entrepreneurs, the video format seems to be the most important way to connect with people on social media, to sell your offers, your products, your services, to give content value, or to teach, to coach, to show, to share, or whatever. So yet, a lot of entrepreneurs don't feel at ease in front of the camera because having a meeting online on Zoom with your fellow friends or fellow colleagues is much different than putting yourself in front of a camera, ready to be the teacher, the leader, showing what your offices, your offers, your products, your services are. And that can be a little bit stressful. That can be exhausting. And maybe you can procrastinate and never do it because there is fear behind this. And maybe you fear hating and you don't like looking at yourself. You think you look awful. You think that you don't say things in a clear, good-looking way. So that can be a real block. So in this video, I'm really going to give you tips, tools, and life wisdom to handle this. I am Liberté. I'm a French business and life coach, and I help entrepreneurs particularly build their business with strategy, mindset, and energetics. And for the strategic part, a good, clear communication and good systems that will make the business go up, expand, uplift yourself, with also mindset and energetics, because that's really important. And I only turned my business channel, my YouTube channel, into English a couple of months ago, so that's why maybe you see videos in French and videos in English. So here are some reflections, some tips, some tools that will help you. First of all, think about your why. Why do you want to go on camera? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because if your purpose is strong, it will help you show up on video even if you're scared. And that's how I came up to video. And my example is that personally, I've always had a lot. I was really stressed just introducing myself in front of people, just saying, hi, I am Liberté, well, in French, of course, just made my heartbeat go up. I was really stressed talking in front of people. And now I just love it. And now I talk in front of the camera. Now I coach groups. I even made a talk in front of 350 people for entrepreneurs. And I just love it. But I am coming from way a place where that was just impossible for me. And the thing is, almost 10 years ago, when I started out coaching entrepreneurs, top executives in France, I taught them stress, how to manage stress. And I remember the first time I was in the kitchen with my children, and they were making fun of me, telling me that I was supposed to teach how to manage stress to those top engineers, executives in France. And they were saying, Mom, you're going to teach them stress management, but you're the one who is the most stressed. And I was extremely stressed. But the thing is, my purpose was bigger and was driving me much more than my fear. That is why having a very strong why, a strong purpose will help you, because you have to know something. Fear will never go away. It will diminish because now I've been teaching and coaching for more than 10-12 years now, and so at first I was really stressed, but then with practice, and this is another key word, so follow your why, and now here is practice. When with practice, I just practice go face my fear, and then my fear was diminishing, and now I have no fear of talking into a group. And it's a lot of joy and pleasure. So you see, when you practice and when you have a strong why, and when you commit to doing what you're doing, then with practice, things will go along. So that's really very important to know. Practice is key. Another thing I would like to share to you, which is really important, is that why are you blocking? Why don't you want to go on video? The basic reason is fear, okay? But this is what I teach to these top executives, because they ran out of, they maybe got fired, well, they have no work and they want to find their dream job. And so I coach them. That's what I really do today, around lots of principles, stress management and organizing, and then everything that has to do with getting some perspective and law of attraction, well, lots of different kinds of things. And usually they have moments where they have to decide. They have to decide to go in this company or this company, or they have to decide to decide to go on a job interview. And so fear comes up. And here's the thing, there are two kinds of fears, and this will really, I think, bring you clarity around fear. Fear is a normal process. So when fear comes up, it's normal. It is our survival mode that shows up, and it is there to indicate us that there is danger. So this is fear for protection, and that's normal. But there is another kind of fear, and you have to try to feel the difference between the two, which fear is showing up for you. There is another kind of fear, and that's a normal fear. It is the fear of the unknown. Your survival system hates the unknown because what if the worst will be showing up? So when each time you take a step into the unknown, and being in front of the camera is going to the unknown, then your survival mode system will say, there is fear going on, but it's not a fear to protect you from a real danger, but it's just the fear of stepping into the unknown, stepping out of your comfort zone. So this is a real question for you. If you have a really strong why, a strong purpose, and you really want to show up on video, but you're scared, you have blocks, is it a fear of protection, of real protection, because that will not be good for you? You will put yourself into this danger, have too much stress to manage, and it's not the moment for you, maybe later on, but maybe not right now? Or is it just the fear of experiencing something new? So ask yourself that question. This is very important, because that will give you the indicator, the clarity to tell yourself, well, I'm just fearing stepping out of my comfort zone. Well, that's okay. I have purpose here. I have to show up. I want to teach. I want to share. I want to show up here. So I'm going to do it, even if I fear. And not later, as yesterday, my coach told us that to be at ease in front of the camera, you have, well, it was said, maybe, I don't know where, that you have to make 100 videos just to feel real fine. So don't worry if number 1, number 2, 20 is difficult, because it's normal. You are getting out of your comfort zone. I myself am, well, I'm fine filming, but it's not terrible, but it's not super easy anyways. I mean, I have to put myself out here, and I'm not even speaking in my mother language. So there's a little bit more stress, but what I have to say is more important than how I feel. So I just get out there and make it. So that's important. Now, another point that can keep you away from doing it is, well, it's always about fear, of course, is the fear of being judged by others. Okay, fear of that you're maybe not doing the work right, or fear that people won't like you or will criticize you or whatever. You know what fear of being judged is. And there is another fear that is keeping you from going on video, is the fear of not matching your own standards. Because maybe you have very, very high standards of perfectionism. You look at the YouTubers that are doing it all the perfect way, and since you're starting off, or you're not really used to it, then the gap between you and them seems just so wide. But what I want to say, and I have a question for you right now, and that is the question that I asked myself and that put me into action, is would you, at the end of your life, when life is done and in a couple of minutes or seconds you're just going to pass away, would you want to have regrets of not having had the courage to do what you were supposed to do just because you feared what others could think about you, or you feared that it wouldn't be good enough because of the standards you put into your belief system? Would you have any regrets? So if the answer is, oh my gosh, I don't want to spend my life regretting or just do little comforty things and not showing up as my true self because I have things to say, things to offer to the world, well, think about it. This will maybe put yourself to action. There's another thing that I want you to say, is that there's a sentence from Zig Ziglar, you maybe know about this, and that is, for me, is the key sentence. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Okay, so done is better than perfect. My videos are way not perfect at all, but I just show up and then do the work. There are probably many things I have to look better, to do better, but I don't care. Right now, this is what I can do. I will be able to do better in the future, but for the moment, I just want to get some content out for you. I just want to help. So here are tips that will help you right now. Prepare your scripts, just like me. Look, I have a piece of paper and I just noted what I wanted to tell you right now. Don't overthink it. If you want a prompter and you want to read the lines in front of the camera, and if that feels good for you, well, fine. I'm not in that mood right now. I think it's a little bit artificial to try to act and read. And I prefer things that are not perfect and that seem still human. Because in our world today, we can be a bit disconnected from people, and there is so much perfectionism in this YouTube or showing up on video that when you tend to be too perfect, it's just like it's dehumanized, right? So I prefer something that's not perfect, but that's me. So prepare your script. Don't try to be perfect. Have a good light, a good sound. Try to be pretty nice looking and look at the camera. That's what I try to do, because of course I have my notes, so of course I have my eyes that go down, but that's not that important. The important thing is that you get the content. That's the most important. So, and if you don't like looking at yourself in video, if you don't like hearing yourself, well, don't focus on it, period. And this sounds maybe easy to say and not easy to do. Well, this is my example. I've been on YouTube. I've been doing classes teaching on video for years now. And never, when I started, I decided that I would be on video. And as I decided that, I decided at the same time, it was the same decision, and it was sort of automatic. I decided absolutely not to judge myself. And I just didn't give myself permission to slip on that road of, oh my gosh, how do I look? What am I saying? The sound is not good. Maybe the background isn't great. Or, well, I look at it, and sometimes I change things because it's not appropriate to to the result. But I will not give any emotion to that. So and if I have to go through my video and hear myself talk and look at myself explain things, I just do not allow myself to slip on the path of judgment. It's no emotion. And sometimes I'm not happy of the recording, but what matters to me, my focus is only on the content, on what is said. So that's the final touch. So just go for it. Don't overthink it. And I hope this was helpful. Please like, please share, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on Instagram if you want to know behind the scenes. And I see you in other videos for more business and life tips, tools, and wisdom.